Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? How we doing? And welcome back to the channel. Gonna be continuing on my truck today, doing everything that I've been doing. I'm gonna go under there. I'm gonna start at the top, work my way down. We're gonna start with the Fleece Coolant bypass, get that started, get that frost plug knocked out. Before you put this in, it is a very good idea to put just a little thin film of grease. This does have a rubber O-ring on it, so you're going to want to put a thin film of grease on there so when you're pushing it in, that it doesn't roll this O-ring off and out of its groove. You want that to stay seated so you got a nice good seal. It does come with all the hardware to put in the back of your block. And then it comes with the hardware for your rings, and then also new hardware for your thermostat housing up top there. So we're going to get that put in, and then we're going to switch to the expansion plug for the cam, and then that might just be about it if we get all that done. We may only get done the Fleece Performance Coolant bypass. Talked with them a little bit today too about another part I want to try and put on the truck and change some things around. I think it's going to work, just trying to get their input also. So I guess we'll climb under the... Also, it comes with some Scotch-Brite there too. You're going to want to make that really clean. So we'll get under there, get that frost plug knocked out, and get this coolant bypass put in. So right here is where the frost plug that you're going to take out for the Fleece bypass, and then just going to smack it with a hammer right up here and eyelid that out, and then grab it with a pair of channel locks and pull that frost plug out of there. Before I take that out though, I'm going to grab my disc sander and take a lot of the scale off before I take that out so I don't contaminate any of the inside of the engine or the antifreeze that is left in there. I do have my radiator drained, so I hope it's down below where that frost plug is. It should be, but you never know. Alright, with that out of the way, we can get the bypass in there. We need to blow these two holes out and clean this surface really well inside. Take the blowgun and then blow them holes out. Take the bypass hose and feed it up through here. And then put that in place. Kind of twist a little bit and make sure you got your O-ring good and set. And that's all there is to it. Now I'm going to use blue Loctite on my bolts. Whoop. And that's all there is to that. This is pre-assembled from the factory with the thermostat in it. The only thing you need to do is put your hose on up top there. So we got the first part of it done. Now we'll go up top and take care of the rest of it. I don't know if we'll get to it tonight, but we'll get to it. I'd like to get everything down here done first. This right here is the cam plug extension. I noticed just a little bit of seepage, if you can see that right there, when I took it apart. I don't know if it's bad enough to change, but I did pick up a new one. The way that works is you center punch it right there, you drill a hole in it, and then you just take and either drill a big enough hole, put a punch in it, and just turn it out. Or there is a extraction tool that you can use to do the same principle or the same process. So, and then to put it back in, you take and put red Loctite around your outside edge. It's a 2-hammer process. One of them being a ball peen hammer, and the other one can be a regular hammer, whatever it is. You take the ball end of your hammer and put it on the concave surface of your expansion plug or extension plug, and then you smack the flat end of the hammer with your other hammer, and then that'll expand that out to seal this off. It really doesn't appear to be in that bad a shape. When I took mine out, there was just a little bit of oil weeping right here, so I picked one up just in case. I don't know if it's that big of a deal to replace it, but I may replace it since I'm this far. This top portion of the coolant bypass is pretty easy. It's not as bad as what's back at the back of the engine right there. The only thing you need to do is remove these 3 bolts right here. I don't know how well you can see because of the sun is pretty bright right now, but you remove those 3 bolts, you pull off this thermostat, you pull off the thermostat housing, you put this piece underneath, and then just put your thermostat housing back down right on top of this piece. So we'll take and remove these bolts. Your factory bolts here that you're going to be removing are an 8mm. Lift this out of the way. Put this right back down on top. And it's a good idea to clean the surface of this up because there is an O-ring on there. This can only go one way. It can't go any other way but like this. There's an O-ring on there, then there's an O-ring here. So we want to make sure and clean this surface up good when mating up to this O-ring surface here. Now I think before I finish tonight, I'm going to run and grab a new gasket for the old thermostat housing, and then there's nothing really wrong with this thermostat. I haven't had any problems with the truck heating up. Yeah, we can try and put it together and see what happens. Grab some memory cloth or my grab a piece of Scotch-Brite and get that cleaned off of there too. And I'll take and clean and blow that off before I put everything back together. Alright, there's that, and then you just take and hook your hose up right here. Which maybe I should have done before, because with this engine hook right here, it may be pretty tight getting that tightened up. So I may have to take everything back apart and put that hose on before I tighten this down, because it's awfully close to this engine removal hook right here. So pretty much how the Fleece coolant bypass installs from the back of the engine and that frost plug, and then it relieves that thermostat back there, heats up. I believe it's a 180 degree thermostat also. I'm not 100% certain, but that opens up, relieves the pressure and the heat, and distributes it better throughout the engine and then back up front here. So that is going to do it for today. It is getting not real late, but I want to get some supper started and get some other things done. So guys, I appreciate you watching very much. Have a great evening, and we will see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.